It's a tragedy to lose ideas. Every time I forget an idea that I just came up with, I struggle to recapture it. So, for instance, the other day, I was listening to Rick James' Super Freak, and I thought to myself, somebody should do an ode to a tech media girl called Super Geek, which is like, she's a very techie girl, etc. And I had been driving at the time and I didn't have any way to write that down. And the other factor in it was that the idea was a bit stupid, so it wasn't actually worth any kind of struggle to write it down. But it still nagged me, and at the same time, that's the kind of idea that I just find a hilarious thing to work on. She's a very techie girl, the kind that blogs about new websites. She will never let her audience down when she's at the launch event. That girl is pretty techie. That girl's a super geek. The kind of girl who blogs about new technologies, etc. Right? So it is fun to come up with the entire song, but I would have needed that seed of the word super geek. And I was driving and I didn't have like a Sharpie to write it on my hand or anything. So a few days after that, I was, well, like, what was that idea? What was that idea? And it's almost like ideas have their own karma. They need to pop back up and almost take responsibility for their own survival. But that particular one did pop back up, luckily, and I feel really thankful for it. And at the same time, of course, it's meaningless. Fine. Ideas have no inherent value. Okay, fine. But I enjoy ideas, and that one made me laugh. And, if a funk band wanted to write that like entire song out properly, I think that could be, a good project for them. But anyway, so those are my like that's a story about how I, wanted to capture an idea and I didn't have the technology at hand to do so because I was driving, and you shouldn't be using your smartphone when you're driving. And I think that's the reason you should use TinyVox when you're not driving, because it's a fantastic way to just capture these ideas and help you think about how you're going to make them even more rich. For instance, I just wrote, quote unquote, the rest of the lyrics to Super Geek in this very audio slash video. I guess it's on YouTube. And the reason is because I ran my mouth off and the words just kind of came to my voice. And so now I can write them down and work on them a little bit more. So you don't just relate your ideas with TinyVox, you actually improve upon them.